What's up with y'all? Jess Rock Star Pilot back in this motherfucking check it out. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, y'all. Understanding terms of agreements. You know what I'm saying? Now, usually, in the most correct way, you never want to associate with no terms and agreements. You know what I'm saying? You never want to put yourself in a space of where you're trying to fuck with terms and agreements because they don't like that's some man-made shit. You know what I'm saying? Like terms and agreements were made from some man-made shit. And you know what I'm saying? That's like on some shit that it can't even carry you to a way of thinking, like a way of coming to your senses. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, terms of agreements came from people, selfish people that try to control certain mind states for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And you never want to be in a space of where you're trying to be in a term of agreement. That's kind of like a magic square. And that's kind of like a space of where you're letting that actual like paperwork, or not, it's not really paperwork, but esoterically speaking, in terms of agreements, you're letting that actual term dictate how you move yourself as a spirit or as a mind state. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, nothing can never control the spirit, but you can control your mind state. You know what I'm saying? So you never want to let nothing control your mind state. You always want to be in the control of your mind state. So when you're understanding that, you can kind of look at it at a space of where you're going with the actual currency. The currency is the attention. So you're understanding the currency for itself, and the actual currency will help you in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Because you're understanding that the space you're creating for yourself has to become the actual power up, the power up, the cheat code, because you understand how to synchronize with reality. You know what I'm saying? And when you sign a term of agreement, you kind of like making your spirit less than, because you're letting some other man or woman control the space where you can like fly off as a spirit. You know what I'm saying? Or fly out as a spirit. Like it's like, instead of flying, they make you walk. Instead of driving a spaceship, they make you drive a car. You know what I'm saying? Or a train, or a bus. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All that shit. So you want to know that the point of understanding these things is understanding that the way that people think and feel, like the way that people come as an individual and think and feel, is dictated on how they're associating themselves as a spirit. So they got to be able to associate themselves in the manner of where they're coming from as a broad point of view. You know what I'm saying? So where they're coming from, they can express themselves, because that place of where they're coming from is so broad. They have the ability to come and take over the whole minds down here. So you just want to understand that you got to know how to look at these things and not not get confused in this motherfucking shit, because you have the ability to do these things. You know what I'm saying? You know your power. You know your ability. You know what I'm saying? You know your capabilities. You know what I'm saying? You never want to less yourself then. Never. Because now when you less yourself, then you can't go to those spaces I'm talking about. You can't come with those points of views. You know what I'm saying? You always gotta be a limited perception of what someone else sees of you. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're in a space of where you're in an equilibrium, you're in a space of where the randomness, or the random associations, or the mundane days, or whatever, you can know how to decipher them and see the good and the bad in all situations in your life. You know what I'm saying? And see if you want to just connect with certain attributes within your spiritual travels, or you want to disassociate yourself from those things. You know what I'm saying? But the choice is all on you. So you want to make sure you know how to look at these things and come to a certain agreement within yourself. And that term of agreement perception, you always want to deny that all types of ways. You know what I'm saying? Because those terms of agreements can't even help you in no way, shape, or form. They only help you in the magic square shape and form. So however you're going upon your actual abilities, your actual travels, you're letting the actual the dictation of somebody else's way of looking at it become the negativity of it. You know what I'm saying? So you're never in no positive light. You're always in some negative light because of what the terms of agreements may show you. And it may not be seen as negative in the source of this reality, but in the spiritual realm, you're really making your spirit less than. Your spirit knows it can be so much more. And when you make your spirit become something of this world, that's where you kind of drop the ball, because now you're not really creating no actual way of how to look at these things, and no way how to go upon these things and let these things happen within itself. You know what I'm saying? Now you're like, it's like you're limiting yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you never want to be in a space like that. You always want to be understanding that the whole point of shit is to always expand and contract. But when you're expanding, you're always having spiritual awarenesses. When you're contracting, you're always having physical awarenesses. But these things none of this seem as negative and positive. The spiritual awareness is positive because now you know the attributes, you know what you can do as a spirit. The physical is, you're still in the physical body, so you want to know how to look at these things. So when you're in the equilibrium space, like I said in my last point, you can look at these things, look at the mundane, the random, or whatever, and look at and see how to look at these things and see how to build upon your shit. So now you're playing the game. You know what I'm saying? You're working with life. You know what I'm saying? And life can never kick your ass, because you're always kicking life's ass, because you know how to direct life's path. You know what I'm saying? Life works for you. So you don't work for life. Life works for you. You know what I'm saying? And when you make life work for you, life has to start creating things of where it thinks how you would make, or you would like how this would feel. Like it creates ways on how it would think you would like something. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the universe, but it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the universe kind of creates ways on how it thinks you would like something, instead of you thinking, oh shit, it's this and that. No, you make the universe or life make bow down to your will and make what you're saying, what you're doing happen in reality. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Now you're doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Now you know the point of doing of your spiritual travels is understanding that certain things in life are meant to be like broken. No. Certain laws are meant to be broken. That's why lawyers were created. You know what I'm saying? So when you're in the esoteric lawyer in the spiritual realm, I have a song about that too. I put it on private because I have a better version of that song, but I forgot how it went too. It's like, I'm an esoteric lawyer, or some shit, whatever it was. But yeah, it's like you want to be an esoteric lawyer. So, oh no, it's not on private no more. It's on my playlist, my Just Sparks music playlist. It's called Just Let Me Love You. It's like I forgot what I was talking about, but it was a freestyle. Anyways, who gives a fuck? But yeah, so it's like shit like that. You want to understand these things within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Because now you're in a space of where these things have to bow down to your will. Real shit. And if you're the broad, powerful spirit, you know how to look at these things and not let nothing affect you. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Because that's the space of where you can contribute within yourself and know how to go with the actual flow and ride that flight. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? Always want to ride that flight. You never want to ride no bus, no train, no boat. Always want to ride that flight. Because you ride that flight, you're always flying. Don't you always want to be flying? You tell me you don't want to always be flying. Yet you must be lying to yourself if you think you don't want to be always flying. You say you want to be in a car. You say you want to be in a bus. You say you want to be in a boat. You say you want to be in a train. You say you want to be in a subway, or you want to be flying. Think about it. The choice is all on you. The choice is all on you. And Jet Spark Star Pilot, we out in this motherfucker.